Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar Krishna Balaram Bal Gopal Singhadev, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Gaur Nitai Tulsi Mani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and the assembled devotees. So today we wanted to do a summary of the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is called the Universal Form. So a summary of this chapter. The Sanskrit word means form. Rupa means form. One of the biggest theological debates is whether God has a personal form or whether he is impersonal, which basically means some light. Some argue that accepting a personal form of God amounts to projecting our qualities onto him or limiting him. So what they say is, if you attribute a personal form to God, are you not limiting him? So the answer to that is no. Just check what's going on here. Sorry, somebody's trying to join and they can't seem to get in. So, okay, Karunashi. Okay, good. Krishna, however, confirms in numerous passages of the Bhagavad Gita that he manifests in many ways, impersonally as well as personally. So he has three aspects to him. The Brahman, which is the impersonal aspect, the Paramatma, which is where he is expanded into every one of us as Paramatma. We are not Paramatma, we are Atma, he is Paramatma. And then there's Bhagavan, the personal form of God. He also categorically states that the two-handed form is the original form with the flute and the basis of the impersonal, which means that the Brahma Jyoti, the impersonal, is based on the original form. Without the original form, there would be no impersonal form. Because of the effulgence of God, the impersonal form is simply the effulgence of God. In this chapter, after Krishna displays his Vishwarup, the universal form, he reverts back to his two-handed form, explaining the significance of this form. The themes of this chapter are: Arjuna requests Krishna to see his universal form. Krishna shows his universal form to Arjuna. Arjuna becomes bewildered by seeing this. Krishna explains that Arjuna simply has to act as his instrument, and Arjuna asks for forgiveness. Krishna goes back to his two-handed original form, stating that this can only be seen by pure devotional service. So let's make a start. Actually, Riyansh, you can read a little later. Karunashri, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Chapter 11, the Universal Form. Arjuna said, by my hearing, sorry. Arjuna said, by my hearing, the instruction you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kaunashri. Arjun makes a humble request from the Lord to show him his universal form. He requests in a humble mood and also does not request for material things. It's easy when somebody can give you anything. It's easy to look at the short term and say, my dear Lord, I need a car, I need a house, I need a wife, I need a husband. But when we are in front of the Lord, why you ask for temporary things? We can ask for something extraordinary, like, let me always serve you, my dear Lord. Let me fall in love with you, my dear Lord. Those are difficult things to achieve. So, what does Arjuna ask for? Let me see your universal form, the cosmic form. One may ask why he makes such a request to see the universal form, since he can see Krishna and is completely satisfied, as confirmed in the previous chapter. Clearly, Arjun doesn't have any personal agenda in seeing the universal form, but he requests the vision for our reasons, for other reasons. He wants to prove without doubt Krishna's position as the source of everything. So this universal form will uh, basically show that everything coming from the Supreme Lord. He wants to set a standard for anyone in the future who claims to be God to show similar opulence. There are so many people in this world who claim to be God, right? They claim to be God. They do some little magic trick and oh, suddenly they're God. Well, okay, if you're God, brilliant. Show us your universal form. Unfortunately, our modern world is nevertheless plagued with so-called incarnations and God-men claiming to be the latest savior of society by dint of the fact that they have mustered up some popularity or mastered a few magic tricks. You know, they can maybe produce a bit of ash from thin air. Well, I can produce a lot of ash simply by putting a match to some paper. What's the big deal? But let's see what you can really do. Anyway, lesson 44. We should not accept just anyone as God. There are many indications of a genuine incarnation. For example, mentioned in Shastra, they are predicted in the scriptures, they perform astonishing activities, and they are accepted by guru and devotees, and they have special markings. There's so many different criterias. How to distinguish the real avatars? They're predicted in the scriptures. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an example. This is in the Padma Purana. I shall take birth as the son of Sachi, assuming a golden form in a beautiful place on the bank of the Bhagirathi, Ganges, on the earth in the first part of Kali Yuga. So these are personalities who are predicted. Second thing, they perform extraordinary pastimes, which attracts everyone. For example, Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill. So, um, yeah. So he, when he came as Krishna, he lifted up Govardhan, held it for 7 days, 7 nights with his left hand, little finger. He gives divine knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is an example. He shows his Virat Rup, universal form. There you go. And he has a particular mission when he comes. He doesn't come to eat, sleep, mate, and defend. There are bodily signs on the palms and the soles. These are different signs which indicate this is God. And Krishna is also regarded as the source of all avatars or avatari. He's known as avatari. Okay, Riyansh, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine, and multicolored forms. 6. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasur, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. 6. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you know desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non moving, is here completely in one place. Text 8. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Text 9. Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Text, text 10 to 11. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. Text 12. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once in the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Text 13. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, all are divided into many, many thousands. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray the Supreme Lord.
Wonderful. Thank you for reading. And hopefully you can read again. Krishna grants Arjun's wishes and shows him his all-encompassing universal form. While God is a source of this universe, he is simultaneously the universe itself. So this is very hard to understand, right? He's a source, but he's also the universe, in the sense that he's present within his own creation. For example, in the author's writing, you can probably understand something about him or her. The effect, the writings, tell us something about the cause, the author. And in that sense, the cause is present within the effect. Similarly, God is the source of the universe, but is simultaneously encompassing the universe. That is the universal form. It's not that God is the sum of the parts, but rather everything is contained within God. In that fearful vision of the universal form, Arjun could see all living beings, all material objects, and the entirety of past, present, and future. So this universal form has been shown a few times by Krishna in various stages of his appearance in this world. First, he showed it to Mother Yashoda when Mother Yashoda looked in his mouth when he was a little baby, and she saw the universal form, heaven, earth, stars, slightly different type of universal form than Arjun is being shown now. And then again to Mother Yashoda when she asked him to open his mouth because he had eaten mud. And when he opened his mouth, he again showed her a similar universal form. That's twice. When Krishna was in the assembly of the Kurus, when he had gone as the Shanti Dud and he wanted to make peace between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, he showed this universal form in the arena of the Kurus. And only Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Vidur, Sanjay, and the sages present were able to see this divine manifestation. The blind king Dhritarashtra prayed that Krishna allow him as well to see it. And he gave him momentary vision of this universal form. So, and only a partial vision. Because Dhritarashtra was not necessarily favorable towards Krishna. So he only gave him partial vision of it. The fourth time was to sage Uttanka. After the war at Kurukshetra, Krishna went to Dwarka and on the way met an old friend, the sage Uttanka. Krishna praised him of the details of the war. Uttanka found it disconcerting that Krishna did not stop the war, though he could have. As their conversation grew more heated, Uttanka threatened to curse the Lord with his yogi powers. But Krishna told him that such a course would be ineffectual, since as God, he was the source of all mystic powers. Utanka doubted this. Then Krishna manifested his Virat Roop. So this wonderful sage managed to also see the universal form of the Lord. And of course, we are here now reading about how Arjuna is seeing this form. So what's the lesson to learn? We can develop a very strong desire to have darshan of the Lord. Through the eyes, that's the deity form. When we look at the deities, when we look at a picture of the deities, right, that's having darshan of the form. The Lord is omnipresent. He's present everywhere, including in his deity form, including in his picture. That is none other than Lord himself. How else we can have darshan? Through our activities, to do seva, to do bhakti, we can perceive the Lord directly. Through meditation, Maha Mantra. Meditation is very hard without a focal point. And I don't mean a visual focal point. I mean a hearing focal point. Because the most important thing is our hearing. If we hear properly, then our meditation will be perfect. So we do mantra meditation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And also we can see him through our intelligence by informing others about him. When we share the knowledge of Krishna, we share the personality of Krishna, we're using our intelligence. So through our intelligence, we are actually gaining sight. So through the eyes, through our activities, through meditation, through our intelligence, we can see the Lord at all times, even whilst we're in this world. So I just wanted to ask if anybody else would like to read. Ajantan, maybe? Would you like to read?
Just the start of chapter 11, you want me to start from? Or
Yeah, text 15. Can you see this?
Yep, sure. Yep, just about. Yep, I've got
Okay.
it.
Thank you.
Okay. Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as the Lord Shiva and all other sages and divine serpents."
You can carry on.
Oh, yep, sure, okay. Text, I think that says text 16.
Yeah.
O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many arms, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, expanded everywhere, without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Text 17. Sorry, brother.
Brilliant. Carry on.
Text 17. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring engulf spreading on all sides, like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see the glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns. I think that says clubs and discs. Text 18. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all of this universe. You are exhaustible, and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion.
Very good. Keep going.
Okay. Text 19. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see with you blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Text 20. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all spaces between. O Great One, seeing this wonderful, terrible form, and the planetary systems are perturbed. Text 21. All the hosts of demigods are surrounding before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Text 22. All various manifestations of Lord Shiva, I did, sorry, I can't say that correctly. Adityas?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah,
Very
Adityas.
good.
The
Yeah.
Vasus, the Sadhus, and the Visvadevas.
Vishvedevas. Yeah. Yeah.
The two, that word, sorry, is
Ashvis.
Ashvis and Marutas, the forefathers,
Gandharvas.
the Gandharvas, the Yakshas,
Yes. Yeah.
the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
Very good.
Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can do
Yep.
this, please. Yes, yes, yes.
Text 23. That's better. I can just turn, I've changed it now. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with it many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Text 24. All pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gasping mouths, and your great glowing eyes. My mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Text 25. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please bring gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing, death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. Text 26 and 27. All the sons of Drashta, along with their... Sorry.
Yeah, Light Kings and Bhishma.
Drona and Karuna are all chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouths. And I see traps with heads smashed between your teeth.
Very good. Just this last slot now. Huh?
Sure. Chapter 11, text 28. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all the great warriors entering blazing into your mouths. Text 29. I see all the people rushing full speed into your mouths, as moths dash to destruction into blazing fire. Text 30. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your engulfs. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays. Text 31. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my abstinence unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primeval Lord. I want to know you more. I want to know about you. I do not know what your mission is.
Very good. Thank you. So he's seeing this terrible form where he's crushing everybody. Now he's wondering what's going on. Arjun falteringly prays to the universal form, awed by the greatness of Krishna, and begs forgiveness for having treated him with familiarity and friendship. Actually, that comes a bit later on. Most religious traditions do not go beyond this majestic understanding of God. Oh, God is great. Well, he's great, but how great is he? Do we know? In fact, we often give an example of the greatness of God when Mahavishnu breathes out, millions of universes come out of the pores of his skin. And each universe lasts for 311 trillion years. And that is equal to one breath of Mahavishnu. So if you want to know how great God is, this is a little idea. One breath is equal to 311 trillion years. So anyway, God is a creator. God is great. God is all-knowing. God is infallible. This often leads to a fearful exchange with God, lacking intimacy, sweetness, and personal relationship, and not understanding his mission. So, lesson to learn, we should be clear about the mission of the Lord and our mission as well. After many lifetimes, we have finally got a human body. This human body is rare, it's temporary, and it can be destroyed at any time. Death can happen at any moment. The association of devotees and the seed of bhakti is rare. Somehow we have this, somehow we've got it. Take shelter of the Bhagavad Gita. Chant the holy names, perform bhakti. Everything else is detail. So we are extremely fortunate, and we can use our great fortune. We've won the lottery by being in this situation where we are. But due to our impurities, we need to hear over and over this message. We shouldn't need to. It should be enough said once, and we should then completely, fully focus ourselves on the path back to the spiritual world. But here we are, and really we should make the most of this opportunity. It may never come back again. Okay, Rianch, over to you. Oh, you are maybe not around, maybe lost connection. Rianch, he's in Hyderabad. Sometimes the connection is not so strong.
Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Good. Yes, you would like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you.
Text 32. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of few, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on the both sides will be slain. Text 33. Therefore get up, prepare to fight, and win glory. Conquer your enemies, and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be put an instrument in the fight. Text 34. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Text 35. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing this words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice as follows. Text 36. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Text 37. O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refugee of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. Text 38. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. We are the supreme refugee above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Thank you, Prashar.
Oh, no, one more. Keep going.
39. You are air, and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times and again and yet again. Text 40. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, from all sides. From all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading and thus you are everything. Text 41 to 42. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relax. lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. Text 43. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and non-moving. You are this worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds? O Lord of immeasurable power, text 44. You are the supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence of a
Impertinence.
friend,
Yeah.
imperti- impertinence of a friend or a husband, the familiarity of his wife. Please tolerate the wrongs I may have done to you.
Wonderful reading. Thank you so much. Very good. So, what does the Lord say? Time is one of the most important things in this summary. I am the great destroyer of the worlds. Krishna advises Arjuna. And also the opposition is already destroyed. Krishna is saying, just become my instrument. They're already dead. Appreciating the Lord's greatness, Arjuna offers his obeisances to the Lord. In fact, he doesn't know where to offer his obeisances. He can see the Lord everywhere. Where do I offer my obeisances? Left, right, down, up. He apologizes for his closeness to the Lord, familiarity, understanding now his opulence. What's the lesson to learn? Don't waste time. Because time is the most valuable possession we hold. If one moment is lost, we can not get it back, even if we pay Yamraj 100,000 pounds. That moment will never come back again. So time is very important resource that we have. Kalosmi loko kyara kat. Time, I am the great destroyer of the worlds. There are unlimited ways how we can waste our time. TV, social media, too much news, gossip, mobile games, especially solitaire, mundane music, social events, reading mundane literature for leisure pastime. And this is unfortunate, right? If we lose our time, then we'll never get it back. So, and time is important. So the last section now, anybody like to read? Maybe Kamakshi, would you like to read?
Probably I'll try because of my phone.
I know, it's going to be too small.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll have a go.
yeah, go for
For
it.
asking anyway. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 45. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. Text 46. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmet, head, and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Text 47. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjun, happily have I shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. Text 48. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you have ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by clarity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penance can I be seen in this form in the material world. Text 49. You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. Text 50. Sanjay said to the Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has spoken thus to Arjun, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. Text 51. When Arjun thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, O Janardana, seeing this human like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind and I am restored to my original nature. Text 52. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjun, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear.
Mm.
Text 53. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity,
Yeah.
nor by worship. It is not by this means that one can see me as I am. Text 54. My dear Arjun, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and you can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Text 55. My dear Arjun, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice reading.
Thank you.
End of chapter 11. Vishwarup Darshan Yog. So lots of things are explained. He shows his transcendental four-armed form, the Vishnu form. Here it is. But then he shows him the two-armed form, which is very, very rare to see. We are very fortunate that we can see him in the temple. We see him in pictures like this. But this is actually a very rare form. So who can see this form? Premanjana, only one whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love can see this beautiful form. Krishna shows this form because he knows Arjun's ultimate interest is not even the four-handed form. So, and even when he appeared in the prison, he initially came as Vishnu, but then he converted into the two-armed form. So this two-armed form is the most glorious, and it's the original form of God. And it's sudurlabha, very rare to see, very difficult to see this form. So we have to really count our blessings. Even for demigods like Shiva and Brahma, it's very hard for them to see this form. Very difficult indeed. So let's have a little summary of these texts now. Arjun, fearful, requests to see Krishna's four-handed form and then the human-like form of Krishna, around whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, whose graceful threefold bending form attracts the minds of his devotees. Ancient Sanskrit texts describe Krishna as Rasovayasa, the very embodiment of affectionate relationships, loving relish, and transcendental sweetness. This form is difficult to achieve, or to have darshan of, to see. So the lesson, the two-handed, three-bending form of the Lord is the original form of Krishna and is extremely difficult to have darshan of, let alone achieve. So we should understand that God is a person who is full of color, character, and bliss. He knows how to have a good time. And he is much more interested in relishing the sweetness of pure love than the ritualistic worship of those who approach him in awe and reverence. So Vishnu is worshipped in this mood of awe and reverence. But that same mood will not work with Krishna because he likes that closeness, affectionate transaction with his devotees. And who is Krishna? If we see this is quite an interesting chart. He's regarded to be in many scriptures like the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the Brahma Samhita, to be the cause of all causes. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami is the original form of God from whom all the others come. So from him comes Balaram. From Balaram we have the Chaturvyu of Vasudev, Sankarsan, Padumna, and Nirud. From Sankarsan comes Narayan, and then we have the second Chaturvyu. And then from Sankarsan, the second Sankarsan, we have Mahavishnu. And that Mahavishnu is the same who is lying on the causal ocean. When he breathes out, millions of universes come out of the pores of his skin. So this is quite interesting. And then into every universe goes Garbhadakshay Vishnu. And then into every living entity with us is traveling also Shirodakshay Vishnu, the Paramatma. So this is a very interesting chart. So I'd like to stop there. Any questions, any comments, please? It's quite a lot in this chapter, but it's a fantastic chapter. And we should understand this universal form is only in this material world. It doesn't exist in the spiritual world. It is only manifest in this world, our world.
Prabhuji, can we worship Virat Roop?
Yes, you can. But it will not take you to the spiritual world. It will take you to the edge of the spiritual world, because this Virat Roop only exists in this world. But the Lord, Sri Krishna, he's from the spiritual world. So if we worship Sri Krishna, we go to Sri Krishna in the spiritual world. If we worship the Virat Roop, we stay in this world, at the edge of this world. So it won't take us back to the spiritual world necessarily, not in this life. But it'll give us an opportunity perhaps in the next life to get closer to the personal form of God. That's a really good question, Riyansh. Thank you. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Riyansh?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you. Very good question. I really appreciate it. And this young boy, just for everybody's information, he's just turned 13. And he's been, with us for the last, I think, 6 years or something. And he's developed so very well. His mother has been teaching him so many slokas. He knows many chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. And he's truly a gifted child. So thank you, Riyansh. Anybody else? Anything else? Okay.
Sorry, Guru. I have a
Yes,
question,
yes, Ajahn.
but I don't know how to address it. I mean,
That's
it's
right.
just kind of putting it across. So I understand with Param Satyam, it's Krishna, it's everywhere, it's a universal truth. Is that right?
Yes, universal truth. That's right.
So then, if this is within Arjuna already, Krishna, that this, because obviously for him to even speak to Krishna and so for him to even ask that, I mean, who's so my understanding is obviously we're all part, we are part of Krishna when we allow him, when we choose to open up our hearts. So therefore, who in Arjuna's instance, where he actually has a relationship with Krishna and Krishna is part of him and he can see the universal truth, then so who's within Arjuna, who's actually asking the question, if that makes sense?
Yes. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. It's a very, very good question. Arjuna, as you said, he's fully aware of the Lord, right? Because he's a friend of the Lord, he's associate of the Lord. But he's asking for us. He knows that this instructions is going to be valid for people like us who are on the path to Godhead. So all of these great personalities, Arjun, and then on the other side we had Parikshit, who is asking the questions from Sukadev Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavad Puran. They themselves are realized souls, they're great personalities, but they're actually asking for our benefit, the benefit of humanity. So you're absolutely spot on. They're already aware of the Lord's position. Although Arjun, if you've noticed in this chapter, he says to Krishna, after being shown this universal form, that my dear Lord, I took you as a friend. I would sit on the same bed as you. Sometimes we would eat from the same plate. I am so sorry I have offended you, because actually you are far more, you are the universal Lord, and I was thinking you're my friend. So sometimes the Lord also puts his devotees under his illusion, and that is not like our illusion. Our illusion is real, right? Our illusion, we just don't know. But sometimes the Lord puts his own people under illusion so that they can have an interaction with him. Can you imagine if if Arjuna was just looking at the Lord as this universal form, he wouldn't have a friendship with the Lord. It would be simply a servant-master relationship. But Krishna doesn't like that. He likes to have a personal relationship with his devotees. He likes to play with his devotees, have fun with his devotees. He's in a category of his own in terms of rasa, relationships with others. So, and he cherishes those. Mother Yashoda would chastise him, would run after him with a stick. How is that even possible? She knew he's a special person. She thought even he's God, but still, he's my son. I have to discipline him. So Krishna loved when Mother Yashoda was treating him like that, because he wanted that relationship. I don't know if that makes sense, Ajantan.
I think parts do. If I'm being honest to myself, parts do. I think it's difficult for me to, because some of the characteristics of, that they're quite human. And I know what you're saying. He likes to, to play with his devotees, and I understand that, but it's kind of it's something I need to meditate on. I believe so. But I really appreciate the
Yes.
insight. Thank you.
Sure. Bhagavad will help. Yes.
My understanding is Krishna is so merciful. He makes it easy for us, but it's our illusion and our lack of understanding makes us fearful, and we don't do what he expects us to do. But I think he's very merciful, so makes things easy. It's just we can't handle it.
Yeah. And the beauty of the Lord, he says to Arjuna later on, and we'll see this. He says, look, I've explained the science of self-realization to you. Now you can choose what you want to do. You can accept it, but you don't have to accept it. You act as you want to. I'll give you that free choice. So we may, the Lord has perhaps some expectations from us to understand him, and he will give us the ability to understand him if we want to. He will give us the facility to understand him as well. But it's up to us in the end, whether we want to have that close relationship with God. He's giving us free choice. And of course, if we take that relationship further with him, he will be very happy. Of course, we will be also happy. If we don't take that relationship with him, he will not be unhappy, but he will he misses us, right? We don't even remember him. We don't even know him. But the Lord knows us, and he knows what we're like. And the only thing, he's got everything, but he hasn't got one thing, and that is our relationship with him. And he would like that back, but he won't force us, because there's nothing lacking in him. So he gives us the facility to understand him if we want to. And it's a very open-minded relationship. It is an incredibly, we can mold this relationship with him as we want to. This is the extraordinary thing about Krishna. It's not necessarily a set format that we have to follow. He will adapt to how we want to relate to him. So if we want to have a close relationship, he'll facilitate that. If we want to have a far relationship, he'll facilitate that. He's happy with whatever we want because he loves us. He simply loves us. So, and of course, all the acharyas, all the spiritualists, all the gurus, the devotees will say, come close to Krishna. You will not regret it. So, okay, I wanted to stop there. If anybody else, any questions or comments? Okay. Thank you very much. It was a fantastic session. Thank you, Ajantan. Thank you, Karuna, Kamakshi. Thank you, Riyansh, and Karuna as well. Thank you. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.